Hello, my name is Dion. This is my wife,
Rona.
Rona. Uh, we've been talking about starting a kind of a retirement, semi retirement, living in Hawaii type channel. And this is going to be the first video. I wanted to start it in the ocean where we first had a dream of doing this. And we did film yesterday, but we didn't say our names and stuff like that. So I figured we'd do a pre-intro to the intro. I'm 59. We moved here in
2021.
2021. Pandemic was going. We had lived in California, and it was we had our jiu-jitsu martial arts school, and it was closed down, of course, for COVID. But it just they would never let me open it, so it just we took a big hit. And I also had a fire sprinkler inspection business where it's just me. And since that was considered essential work, I was able to do that, but that was really the only income we were getting. We had a couple exchange students that had, in the middle of it all, moved back to China. So we found ourselves with a five-bedroom house and only us two living in it. So the house went up a lot at that time in the pandemic. So we sold our house and we wanted to move to Portugal, but instead, my parents, they've lived in Hawaii since the late 80s. And they said, "We'll make a stop here, see what you think." So we came here, and my wife Rona absolutely loved it. You
No
know,
brainer.
yeah. I mean, I lived here for a while in the 90s, but this was the first time really we had moved here together. And I looked at this place through different eyes this time around, and I loved it as well. So we live in Waikiki, and even though it's kind of noisy here, we are kind of navigating, finding the best way to get good deals on stuff and where to keep ourselves busy. And when we first moved here, I was done. I was doing so many jobs in California before the pandemic. I mean, everything, like I said, I already mentioned, but inspections, ran a jujitsu school, did photography. We had the exchange students, and my son from my previous marriage lived with us half the time. So we were shuffling kids around all the time. And we had a dog and a cat, and it was just a lot going on. So I don't know, I was just overwhelmed. And so when I got here, I was like, I'm done. I was 54 when I got here. I'm retired. I don't want to work anymore. And I was like that for 3 years. And then around the 3 year mark, I realized I can't do nothing. I was bored. I was playing music, my guitar all the time, but that and going to the gym and the beach, and that was it. But that wasn't really enough. So I got the chance to take a part time resident manager job for our building, and I took it. And it's kind of nice now. I have something to do. It's nice to have a job that you can take it or leave it. So that way there's no pressure on me. And Rona, on the other hand, she used to run the office for our jiu-jitsu school and teach some. Uh, we got here. She didn't waste any time. She got here. It was February of 2021.
Hmm.
I stayed behind a little bit because I had to sell our house. But she got here, and by November, she was already walking dogs and house sitting people with dogs and cats. And so she kind of went right back to work. She knew she wasn't going to be able to just sit home and do nothing and be happy. So, and she loves
Yes.
animals, right?
Animals, love animals, and it's so gorgeous here almost all of the time. So it's nice to get out and just get a walk. Why not?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
she had the right idea. I probably should have started working a little sooner than I did. I was overwhelmed and I was done. And of course, like so many people, the pandemic, and I was a little bitter about my
Mm.
martial arts school being closed for seemed like 9 months to a year at that point. And so when I got here, I needed a big break, and I got it. And so now whatever. Now I've found things to do here, which we'll talk about in upcoming videos. I mean, I discovered pickleball while I was here, and
Same. Yeah.
yeah, we both did, and that is something I do like 6 days a week now. I have played guitar and been in bands since I was 16, and I took a really long break, stopped playing for probably a few years, for quite a few years, when we were in California, just because the school we had and everything was just keeping me busy. And when we moved here, I picked up my guitar again and started playing, and that's been amazing for me. It's really nice. I don't know how I ever stopped playing. So now, you know, we sing together and play together and all that. It's a lot of fun. And I haven't done as much photography. I was doing a lot of sports photography before we moved here, but it was taking a toll on me. It was hard on my back and my knees, but I do a little bit still. And let me see. I guess that's mostly it. I mean, we joined a couple gyms, but I think pickleball kind of took over that for me. I didn't have time for both. And so, but with a lot of all these things, we go to happy hour once a week at least, and we go to the beach for therapy. So, upcoming videos, going to break down a lot of stuff where we buy stuff for affordable prices, where we eat when we do eat out, and just how we spend our time. And we had a dream to move here someday, and here we are. And I'm sure a lot of other people have that same dream. And so maybe we can talk about it, and whether it's Hawaii or something else, maybe it'll inspire some people and give them some ideas what to do. So that's it. I will now switch over probably to the video that we made yesterday. That was going to be the starting video because it's significant in our journey of when we first started the dream and where we are now. And maybe if I can find the old one, I'll cut in one from years ago that uh, was just us in the same,
Dreaming.
yeah, the same part of Waikiki Beach
Yeah.
where it was just a dream that we didn't think would ever happen, but we had that dream. So, anyways, hope you like, subscribe, and all that stuff, and hopefully we can keep making some videos. Thank you. Hey, baby, where are we?
We're in Hawaii, Waikiki, on Oahu.
There's Diamond Head. And why did I take you here for this video?
Because once upon a time, we dreamt about actually moving here.
Yep. It was. Well, we've been coming here as a couple since 2011. And I think we were here in 2015. And then the last time before we moved here, it was 2017. In 2017, we would come out here at this exact beach here in Waikiki, and we'd look at Diamond Head, which you see in the background, and we'd just dream and talk about how we would love to someday live here. And it seemed kind of like it was not going to happen, or maybe it would, but it seemed many years away. And then, of course, pandemic hit. And around 2021, we had a martial arts school, a jiu-jitsu school that just was still forcefully closed by California. And we had Chinese exchange students that had gone back to China. And I had a fire sprinkler inspection business that was still going, but it just really wasn't enough to pay the mortgage and all that stuff. So our house was worth more than usual, like everybody else's was in the pandemic. So we sold our house, and we thought of going to Portugal. That was our plan. But my parents have lived in Hawaii since the late 80s. So this was our pit stop. But once we got here, Rona absolutely loved it. And there was no leaving, I guess. So we've been here ever since 2021. And that's it. I don't know, she's hiding behind me.
Oh.
Anyway, so just wanted to do the introduction here because this is where we used to dream. I'm sure everybody, when they go on vacation, dream of living wherever they are. I mean, we've done the same when we went to Scotland. We did it when we went to Iceland, Pennsylvania, everywhere we vacationed. But Hawaii just seemed like an unattainable dream. And yet here we are, and we love it. So I'll do a little panning of everything for you to see our view from where we're at right now. That's it. Diamond behind you. How you loving it?
It's beautiful. I love it.
All right, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday, baby.
Thank you.
It's March 17th, 2015. There we go in front of the Royal Hawaiian.